last week in a match that was delayed by 24 hours. The first attempt on Tuesday evening was abandoned after 3 races due to rain and was restaged on the Wednesday evening, with Västervik winning by just a couple of points. And tonight, the second legs of our quarter-final playoffs take place. Eskilstuna Smedina take on Kumla Indianarna, and Leonen, the reigning champions, take on Rospigana. We'll have updates on the action from those 2 meetings for you. Of course, the final league table saw the Västervik side finish on top, and they chose their opponents for the quarter-finals. It's effectively a mini-league basis this year, with 2 matches per side. And it is Leonen ahead of Västervik and Smedina on race points difference. Västervik and Smedina both winning by 46 points to 44 away from home last week, but Leonen won by 8 points away at Rospigana. So it very well comes down to race points difference, who we will see go through to the semi-finals, which begin next Tuesday evening. Dackarna sadly decidedly under strength for tonight's meeting. They are missing Fredrik Jakobsen, its rider replacement for the Dane. He's out with a broken wrist. Rasmus Jensen was already absent with a foot injury, while Nazar Parnitsky, the Ukrainian sensation, and Polish rider Jakub Krawczyk are racing in the under-24 Extraliga in Poland. So Dackarna have to call up Mateusz Sepaniak and Gregor Zengota, as they did last week, while Västervik, pretty much a full-strength side. Tom Brennan could be a strength for them down at reserve. Swedish champion Freddie Lindgren and his Grand Prix rival Robert Lambert will lead the side, while Matthias Nielsen has had a fantastic season for Dackarna, and he lines up for Västervik, I should say, and he lines up in the number 4 slots. A couple of changes down at reserve, with Tom Brennan moving down to the reserve berth, Mads Hansen coming in at number 2, and Anton Carlson, who's been struggling with a collarbone injury which required surgery earlier this season, back in the side, having missed the last 2 matches in place of Noel Wahlqvist. Cloudy but so far dry conditions, a well-watered track here at the Helia Arena as we get ready to go racing with the first of our 15 heats of this playoff quarter-final second leg. If you've never seen Speedway before, the way the match works, there are 2 teams of 7 riders, 15 heats of Speedway. A heat is 4 laps of the 296-metre Shale Oval. Track record here at Västervik held by Nicky Pedersen at 55.1 seconds. So each heat will take place in just under a minute. The home riders from Västervik wear the red and the blue crash helmet colours. The visitors from Dackarna wear white and yellow. The men from Molilla, 3 points for a win, 2 for second, 1 for third, nothing for last or for failing to finish. And the team with the most race points at the end of the meeting wins the match. 13 heats run as to a predetermined programme. Heats 14 and 15, meanwhile, the lineup decided by the team managers. Morgan Andersson, the team manager for Västervik, Richard Kling for Dackarna, and Krista Gardell is tonight's official referee. Riders will be making their way forward then shortly for heat number 1. It will be Robert Lambert, the British champion, out in the red helmet for Västervik. He will partner Mads Hansen, the 25-year-old Dane, the former world and European under-19 champion back in 2017 and 2018. And they will take on Andrei Lebedevs, the Latvian, who recently qualified for the 2026 Grand Prix Series, finished 4th in the Grand Prix Challenge at Holsted in Denmark, and he'll be partnered by the captain of Dackarna, Timo Lahti, the Finnish-born rider who races on a Swedish licence these days. He's a multiple Finnish champion, has recently signed for another 2 years with the men from Molilla. Perhaps his biggest win in the sport came a couple of years ago when he won the prestigious Czech Golden Helmet at Pardubice. It's his Dackarna teammate Rasmus Jensen, who currently holds the Czech Golden Helmet. Sadly not racing tonight, out with a foot injury. Dackarna have been very unlucky heading into the playoffs this season. The side that reached the final last year, they won the title in 2023. But I don't think, sadly, they'll be winning any titles this year. Västervik still in with a chance of their first title in 20 years. They last won the Elitserien, as it was known then, back in 2005. The riders now making their way onto track for heat number 1. Robert Lambert, the Norfolk-born rider, not happy with his machine there, switching to his other bike. Second British title for him this year, and what a sensational meeting it was at the National Speedway Stadium in Manchester. Currently 8th in the World Championship, finished 7th in the Latvian Grand Prix, the home event, of course, for Andrei Lebedevs. He finished on the podium in that event, currently 6th in the chase for the World Championship, which looks set to be won once again by Bartosz Zmarzlik of Poland and Leonin. Zmarzlik is in the Lions side tonight. We'll try and update you with the scores as and when we can from our other events taking place this evening. Leonin taking on Ruspigina at Gislaved, while Eskilstuna Smedina host Kumla Indianana. Settling in then, ready for the first of our 15 heats tonight. Off gate 1 in blue, it is Mads Hansen, the Dane. Gate 2 in white will be Andrei Lebedevs. Gate 3 in the red helmet, it's Robert Lambert. And Timo Lahti from the outside in yellow. Almost time to go racing here at the Helia Arena. Robert Lambert will start as the favourite here. He's picked up 10 points in the return fixture last week. Andrei Lebedev scored 10 plus 2. Timo Lahti only 4 plus 1, looking for some improvement tonight. Mads Hansen was not in the side on that occasion. So here we go then with the first of our 15 heats. Tapes up and we're underway. And it's a good start by the home pairing. They lead the way into that first turn. Mads Hansen with a great start from the inside. The Dane leads the way down the back straight. Having a look on the inside is Andrei Lebedevs, but the door is closed by Robert Lambert as they go into turn 3. And Västervik onto a 5-1 as they complete the opening lap of the evening. On paper, with an understrength lineup for Dackarna, it does look like a bit of a banker for the home side, but you never know. In the Bauhaus-Ligan, we have had quite a few surprise results so far this year, but things going to form in this heat number 1 with Mads Hansen out in front. Skipper Robert Lambert protecting him in second place. A little bit out of shape there through turns 1 and 2. Lebedevs, the Latvian, trying to close in. Adrift at the back, it is Timo Lahti in yellow. Lambert covers the inside. Hansen on the outside. The hosts heading for a 5-1. Lebedevs is getting ever closer in white. Tries to have a go as they go down the back straight. Can he get around the outside here? I don't think he's going to do it. It's going to be a 5-1 to the hosts in our first race of the evening. Hansen wins it in blue. Second for Robert Lambert in red. Andrei Lebedevs comes over in third place, and Timo Lahti at the back in yellow. 5 points to the home side. Västervik 1 to Dackarna. And the march towards the playoff semi-finals is on for one of the title favourites this year. They and Smedina perhaps being backed as the favourites to win the Bauhaus-Ligan this year. Mads Hansen all the way from the inside gate. Robert Lambert a little untidy in the early stages, but able to hold off Andrei Lebedevs for second place. Timo Lahti was never in the hunt in that one, really. So 3 points then to Mads Hansen in blue, 2 and a bonus point for Robert Lambert, 1 for Andrei Lebedevs, nothing for Timo Lahti, and it's Västervik 5, Dackarna 1 after heat number 1. Andrei Lebedevs, incidentally, the only rider who cannot take a rider replacement ride for the injured Fredrik Jakobsen. Everybody else in the team eligible to take a replacement ride for the Dane, who unfortunately broke his wrist a couple of weeks ago. He's had a very unlucky season as Fredrik Jakobsen. He had a nasty facial injury in the European Championship opener at Bydgoszcz in Poland when he went almost over the fence on the first turn, and his face actually impacted one of the red stoplights, leaving him, in the words of the Swedish pressers, looking like he'd done 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. Heat number 2. About to come out onto track. The 4 reserves, both sides with strength in reserve tonight, because riding in yellow is Pavel Shedpelski for Dackarna, the former Grand Prix Challenge winner. And he was in the main body of the side in the return fixture at Manila last week and picked up paid 8 points, 7 and 1. He teams up here with Thomas Jonasson, the former Swedish champion. He was on 2 plus 1 last week. Tom Brennan, the British rider, a star for Ipswich in the UK, of course, is in the blue helmets. He was in the main body of the side in the return fixture for Västervik, and he scored 6 plus 2. Anton Carlson did not ride last week, been recovering from his collarbone injuries. It was Noel Wahlqvist who was in the side for the last 2 matches, and he only picked up 1 point in the last regular league fixture of the year against Indianana. And then at Dackarna last week, failed to score. So Anton Carlson, hoping that collarbone injury is fully healed, and he is back in the side tonight. Riders in blue and yellow should be the ones to watch here. Shedpelski off the inside, Brennan off the outside. 5-1 the score so far. Revs are up, Szedpelski, Karlsson, Jonassen and Brennan underway for heat number 2, and it's Szedpelski who gets away well from the inside. A bit of contact there, and Brennan is sent out wide by Thomas Jonassen, who goes up into second place in white, and it is the visitors 1 and 2. Dackarna lead the way. Here comes Brennan, looks fired up here around the outside, one of the 2 Brits for the home side tonight. He's going for the inside on Thomas Jonassen into turns 1 and 2. At the back in red is Anton Karlsson. Tom Brennan goes for the inside again into turn 3, tries to force the issue on Thomas Jonassen. Szedpelski, the pole, leads the way. Brennan's going to go through up into second place. Is he as they go into turns 1 and 2? Yes, he's done it. Good riding by Tom Brennan, the Ipswich Witches man. Won the Ben Fun Bonanza in the UK at Oxford at the start of the season. And he's chasing down Pavel Szedpelski for the lead. If he can get past him, it will share the heat and keep Västervik's 4 points advantage. But it's still Szedpelski looking for the first win of the evening for the visitors, and Karlsson's not finished yet either. Tries the outside, can't quite get there, but it is a win for Pavel Szedpelski in yellow. Tom Brennan coming through for second in blue. Third for Thomas Jonassen in red. Anton Karlsson closing at the end there, but finished at the back. So the home side still lead the way by 7 points to 5 after heat number 2. Looking to complete the double over Dackarna and go through to the playoff semi-finals. Tom Brennan got a terrific shove there from Thomas Jonassen on the first turn. No wonder he was fired up. Fought his way around the outside of his teammate Anton Karlsson. It was Pavel Szedpelski who led all the way. 2 wins from the inside gates so far. The grip will start to move out further wide, I think, as the meeting goes on. Anton Karlsson was not far away towards the end there. He did have a stab at getting around the outside on the final bit. 3 points though for Pavel Szedpelski, 2 for Tom Brennan, 1 for Thomas Jonassen, and Anton Karlsson finishing at the back. Västervik 7, Dackarna 5, the score after heat number 2. Heat number 3, we'll see the now 5-time Swedish champion Freddie Lindgren in action for Västervik in red. Still on the top of his game in the World Championships as well. Currently sitting in 3rd place in the World Championship, finished runner-up in the last round in Latvia. You wouldn't believe that he celebrates his 40th birthday next month, Fast Freddy. He partners Mattias Nilsson. What a fantastic season the Dane is having. He scored a paid maximum at Mullilla a couple of weeks ago in the regular league fixture there as Västervik won by 20 points. It was rather closer in the first leg of the quarterfinals. Nilsson got paid 6, and they take on a pair of Poles. Maciej Szczepaniak, the former Under-21 World Cup gold medalist, and also Gregor Zengota. Took him some time to recover from a badly broken leg sustained in 2019. Rode in the European pairs for Poland this season alongside Tobias Michalak. That was at Daugavpils in Latvia. The Poles finishing in 4th place as Denmark took the title. The popular Pole starts off the outside gate in yellow. Recalled into the Dackarna side along with Maciej Szczepaniak, the former Kings Lynn and Coventry man in the UK from a few years ago. Fast Freddy off the inside in red. Completing the lineup in blue is Mattias Nilsson. He could very much be a danger man for Västervik here this evening. 7-5 the score. Lindgren, Szczepaniak, Nilsson and Zengota underway. Lindgren gets a superstar, gate 1 scores again. He leads into the first turn. Second place in white is Maciej Szczepaniak. Mattias Nilsson at the back at the moment, trying to make his way through on the inside as they come through turn 4 for the first time. But it's Fast Freddie Lindgren out in front, side by side between the 2 Dackarna men for 2nd and 3rd. Szczepaniak on the inside, Zengota on the outside. They haven't been present for most of the season with the Dackarna squad this year, with no Rasmus Jensen and no Nazar Parnitsky, the Ukrainian sensation competing in Poland this evening. They've had to resort to calling up their backup riders effectively. Mattias Nilsson is all over the 2 Poles here. Freddie Lindgren's away and gone. He's going to take the 2nd win of the evening for the home side, Västervik. But can Mattias Nilsson get himself into the points here? He's pressuring Maciej Szczepaniak for 3rd. It's going to be a win for Lindgren ahead of Zengota. Trying to have a look to the inside is Mattias Nilsson. He's not going to get there. It's a 3-all from heat number 3. The home side still lead by 2 points. 10 points to 8. Västervik lead after heat number 3. No problem at all for Fast Freddie Lindgren. All 3 of our winners have come from gate 1 so far. We're awaiting news on who's going to be on gate 1 in the next race, because it should have been Fredrik Jakobsen, but it will be his rider replacement who will be off the inside in white. Lindgren all the way. Dackarna packing the all-important minor placings with Zengota ahead of Sepaniak. Matthias Nielsen tried his hardest to get up alongside Matthias Sepaniak, couldn't quite find a gap. 3 points for Freddie Lindgren, 2 for Gregor Zengota, 1 and a bonus for Matthias Sepaniak, and Matthias Nielsen finished at the back in blue. A 3-all from heat number 3, Västervik 10, Dackarna 8. I believe it's going to be Timo Lahti in the white helmet for heat number 4. The skipper of Dackarna will replace the injured Fredrik Jakobsen. Fast Freddy back in the pits. It's the 2-minute warning sounds for heat number 4. First appearance of Jakob Torshäll, the former Swedish champion, will be out in blue in this one. He will partner Anton Karlsson. Pavel Shedpelski completes the lineup. Confirmation that it will be Timo Lahti off the inside gate in white, replacing Fredrik Jakobsen. Next to him it will be Jakob Torshäll. Like his teammate Freddie Lindgren, a former favourite for Wolverhampton in the UK, sadly closed their doors in 2023. And of course this week, more sad news for Midlands Speedway, as last night Birmingham Speedway held its last ever home meeting, with the Perry Barr Stadium closing its doors, which leaves no speedway at all in the West Midlands now, with Wolverhampton gone, Birmingham, of course Cradley went in the 1990s, Coventry in the 2010s as well. So the only really Midlands-based track now is Leicester. A sad state of affairs for British Speedway. Hope new venues can be found soon. Kickstart My Heart is the tune as the riders come up to gates for heat number 4. Timo Lahti has yet to score. He's off gate 1 in white. Off gate 2 in the blue helmet is Jakob Torshäll out for his first ride of the day. Gate 3 in yellow, Pavel Shedpelski. He won heat number 2. And gate 4 in red, Anton Karlsson. So out of these 4 riders, only Shedpelski has scored points so far in this meeting. Look at the scores elsewhere. It's Eskilstuna Schmiden a 5, Indianen a 7. Something of a surprise there after 2 heats. And 2-5-1 so far for Leonen over Ruspigana. 10-2 is the score at Gislaved. This is heat number 4 here at the Helia Arena in Västervik. Lahti, Torshäll, Shedpelski and Karlsson is the lineup. Revs are up and away they go. Super start from the inside for Timo Lahti. What a contrast to heat 1. Gate 1 scores again. It's Torshäll in second place. Shedpelski finds his route blocked there by Torshäll down the outside of the back straight. Anton Karlsson goes out wide looking for grip. Not out there just yet. It's Timo Lahti who shows then from Jakob Torshäll. Everything's around the inside at the moment. It looks like it's going to be 4 wins out of 4 for gate 1. Jakob Torshäll trying to upset the status quo though as he closes in. Karlsson riding the wider line. It's not working just yet. You can see how dry it is out there. There'll be some track watering, I think, after this heat. But Timo Lahti, it's been a fairly inconsistent season, it has to be said, for the Finnish-born rider. Karlsson just going wider and wider at the back. He's not finding any grip at all. Torshäll holding second, so if it stays like this, the scores are going to be level after heat number 4. A bit of a fight back from Dackarna. Up the inside comes Jakob Torshäll. He's not going to get there. Lahti wins it. Torshäll second, and Pavel Shedpelski in third place. So the scores are all square after heat number 4. Dackarna level things up. A good ride from Timo Lahti. It looks like it's all about gate position in the early stages here at Västervik. Gate 1 so much stronger than all the others. Jakob Torshäll tried his hardest, was right up on the curb there around turns 1 and 2, then moved out to block the attack of Pavel Shedpelski down the outside. He might be the danger man, in fact, for Dackarna this evening, riding at reserve. We normally see him in the main body of the team, often in a heat leader position. So that's 3 points so far for Timo Lahti from 2 rides, 2 for Jakob Torshäll. Pavel Shedpelski is on 4, and Anton Karlsson has yet to score after his first 2 rides. 4 heats gone, we're all square. Västervik 12, Dackarna 12. So Leonen going well so far. They've taken 2 5-1s from 2 heats over Ruspigana, including Dominic Kubera and Matthias Cerniak beating Artem Laguta for a 5-1 in heat 1, the former world champion. It's Eskilstuna Schmiden at 10, Kumla Indianen at 8. So Schmiden have just got a 5-1 in heat number 3 to take the lead. 4 heats gone here, and we're all square at 12 apiece in this playoff quarter-final second. Riders into line then. Referee Stefan Skill with his finger on the button. It's time to go racing here at Malilla, and we are underway. A decent start by Timo Lahti from the inside gates in blue. Robert Lambert gets out with him. He sends Fredrik Jakobsen out wide. It's Lahti who shows into the back straight for the first time. Robert Lambert going for the outside into turns 3 and 4. It's side by side for third. Here comes Tom Brennan on the inside. Jakobsen, surprisingly, is going to be relegated to the back. So the lead is with Timo Lahti for how much longer, because here comes the Grand Prix star Robert Lambert having a look on the inside. Lahti closes the door through turns 3 and 4, but his partner Jakobsen is at the battle. It'll be a share of the points, 3 apiece as it stands at the moment. Robert Lambert has another go around the outside. He's currently down in 8th place in the World Championship, finished 7th at Riga in Latvia at the weekend. He's having a good go here at Timo Lahti as they go into the final lap. He's getting closer and closer. Brennan up there in 3rd place. Jakobsen looks like he's going to finish at the back. Can Timo Lahti hang on around the final turn? Lambert has one last effort to the inside off turn 4. He's not going to do it. Timo Lahti takes the victory. 2nd for Robert Lambert in white. 3rd in yellow goes to Tom Brennan and Fredrik Jakobsen at the back. Share of the points then from heats at number 1, 3 apiece. The first win of the day goes to Timo Lahti in blue. Have we had a change there in red? Just awaiting confirmation. Revs are up. I think that might be number 4 on the outside. Nazar Parnitsky will confirm as they leave the tapes. Yes, indeed it is. Nazar Parnitsky coming in, so at last the tactical move being played. Let's see if it works. Well, Parnitsky's at the back at the moment. He's trying to get the inside of Robert Lambert out of turn 2. Timo Lahti it is who has the lead ahead of Matthias Nielsen. Now, can Lahti delay Nielsen there to try and get Parnitsky through on the inside? Side by side for 2nd place. Nielsen holds them off. Parnitsky, the first substitution being played. Have they left it too late? Well, he's gone to the back because Robert Lambert comes through on the inside at turn 4. Here comes Lahti, side by side with Nielsen. Nielsen's got the lead around the outside. Well, it all happened there. Everything changed through turn 4. Nielsen went to the front. Lambert came through to 3rd. Here comes the rider in blue back on the inside. He's leaving the gap, though, for Lambert on the inside. Oh, it's all going wrong for Dackarna. They were going so well in the early stages, but now Västervik have come through onto a 5-1. The race of the night so far, but not for the home fans. Here come Västervik out of turn 4, and it's another 5-1 for the visitors. Nielsen takes the win. Lambert in 2nd. What went wrong there? So Timo Lahti in 3rd place. Parnitsky, the substitute. He was going so well in the early stages, and then he went backwards. Let's see what Lebedevs can do. Clever ride from him last time out in heat number 11. We're underway. It's a good start by Jakob Torshäll in yellow. Here comes Lindgren round the outside of everybody. That outside line working so well tonight. Lindgren's away and gone. It's Lebedevs round the outside into 2nd place, relegating Torshäll to 3rd place. Let's see if Fredrik Jakobsen can come through. He's still not 100% fit after that bad crash at Bydgoszcz. Trying to chase down the rider in yellow, Jakob Torshäll. Dackarna really are missing Rasmus Jensen at the moment, it has to be said. Freddie Lindgren is heading for double figures. He's away into the sunset. Looking like a 4-2 to the visitors from Västervik in this Kalmar County derby. Andrei Lebedevs in 2nd place. Jakobsen has a look to the inside. Getting closer to Jakob Torshäll with all the grips on the wider line. You can see Torshäll pulls away there down the back straights. Lindgren's miles ahead. He's going to take the win and move on into double figures. 2nd place is going to go to the man in blue, Andrei Lebedevs, and Torshäll is 3rd. Just 2 points tonight for Fredrik Jakobsen. I don't think we'll see him in the nominated races. Ready then for heats at number 14. Revs are up and away they go. And from the inside, it's the rider in white, Jakob Torshäll, who takes the lead. Good start by Yvonne van Dijk, who's been making some decent getaways this evening, but he's outpaced either side down the back straight. Look at that, Voidilo on the inside and Szedpelski around the outside. Away go Västervik once again. Van Dijk runs into the back of his teammate there. I thought they were both going to come down. Szedpelski looks at him to say, what was that all about? Dackarna are all over the place. Now across the turn goes Szedpelski. He's barely looked in control this evening, except for that win in heat number 6, it has to be said. Dackarna have been well and truly all at sea this evening. That run of 3 alls earlier on, interrupted by those couple of 5-1s, but they pretty much fallen apart since then, except for heat 11 when they took a 5-1. Jakob Torshäll is away and gone. He's heading for double figures. And Patrick Voidilo from the reserve berth backing him up. Across the line they come for the 5-1. Szedpelski in third place. And at the back was Avon van Dijk. A brave nomination, it didn't pay off. Final heat of the night then gets underway. Decent start off the inside by Timo Lahti in red, leads the way, and Parnitsky gets the cut back. Parnitsky's heading for the front, down the back straight. Lindgren in third place. Robert Lambert missed out on the first turn, he's at the back. Here comes Freddie Lindgren, goes inside to outside. He's passed Timo Lahti up into second, now going after Parnitsky out in front. The Ukrainian sensation leads the way. Now can Robert Lambert get into the points here and try and get round the outside of Timo Lahti, who again started well but has gone backwards. It's been a bit of a theme of the second half of this meeting. It's very dusty out there now. Here comes Lambert up the outside. He's surely going to take third place. Round the outside of Lahti, up into third. It's Nazar Parnitsky out in front into the last lap of the evening. Can Freddie Lindgren catch him? Now if he does, if Parnitsky is removed from the lead here, then it will be an even bigger win than Ruspigana managed here. I don't think they're going to do it, though. The win is going to go to Nazar Parnitsky. Well, for the second home match in a row, it's a 20-point defeat for Dackarna. It's all square here at the Helia Arena in Västervik. The home side on 12, Dackarna on 12 after 4 heats of this playoff quarter-final leg 2. Heat number 5 out the tapes. All 4 heats have been won from gate 1 so far. That's where Tom Brennan is sitting, the British rider, on 2 points in blue. Gate 2 in yellow, Gregor Zengota also on 2 points for Dackarna. Gate 3 in red, it's Mads Hansen, the winner of heat number 1. And Thomas Jonasson on 1 point goes from the outside in the white helmets. Well, it's things stand at the moment. It would be the top 3 in the league table who go through to the playoff semi-finals, and Dackarna would be the 4th side joining them, because Eskilstuna Smedna lead Indiana by 15 points to 9, and it's Leonen 17, Ruspigana 7. So as things stood at the moment, if this match was drawn, then Västervik and Dackarna would both progress, along with Leonen and Eskilstuna Smedna. But there's a long way to go yet. We get ready for heats at number 5. Will it be another win off gate 1? Tom Brennan off the inside, then Zengota, Hansen and Jonasson. We are underway again. Gate 1 scores for Tom Brennan. He leads into the first turn. His teammate Hansen's got through into second place. Down the back straight they go. Brennan from Hansen, and it's Jonasson up into third place. Gregor Zengota missed out from the start. Jonasson around the outside. You can see that it's still a little bit dusty out there, but I was talking to Robert Lambert in the grading break, and he said there was some rain here this afternoon, so perhaps the promotion a little reluctant to put any water down. Change of line there for Hansen, outside to inside on turn 4, up into second place. Brennan's away and gone. Gate 1 is just so much stronger than everywhere else on the starting grid this evening. Oh, Jonasson, big lock-up. He threw it round the outside there into turn 3, and it didn't work. Second place it is Mads Hansen. It's going to be a 5-1, just as it was in heat 1 for the home side Västervik, and Mads Hansen's going to be unbeaten by an opponent after his first 2 rides. Brennan comes in to win it, Hansen second, and Zengota is third. Second 5-1 of the evening for the hosts Västervik. They go 4 points up on Dackarna, the 2023 league champions. And the blue flags are flying once again for the East Coast team. So Tom Brennan, just 1 point drop from his first 2 rides. Gate 1 scores again. Brennan was already clear into the first turn, and then Hansen got the cutback on the rider in yellow, Gregor Zengota, to take that second place. Zengota then dropping to the back behind Thomas Jonasson, who tried the outside line. It didn't work. Hansen with a good change of line we saw later on there, outside to inside to block any attack through turn 4. So Tom Brennan on to 5 points. Hansen's unbeaten by an opponent. He's on 5+1. Third place for Gregor Zengota. He's on 3. And Thomas Jonasson on 1 point. It's Västervik 17, Dackarna 13 at the 1/3 distance of this meeting. Heat number 6 is on the way next. Freddie Lindgren will go for 2 wins out of 2. But for the second time in 3 heats, Timo Lahti's off the inside gate in the yellow helmet. A programme ride for him this time. Last time out he was replacing the injured Fredrik Jakobsen. So could Lahti be the favourite here? Was wild-carded into the finals of the European Championship this year, Timo Lahti, as was Tom Brennan. That championship currently being led by Indiana's Patrick Dudek, and he's looking set to win with a round to go in this year's European. Of course, the European champion qualifies for a Grand Prix place next year, so Patrick Dudek looking the favourite for that at the moment. Heat number 6, we'll see Timo Lahti off the inside gate in yellow. He's on 3 points. Partnered by Andrei Lebedevs, already confirmed as a Grand Prix rider for next year, qualified through the challenge at Holsted in Denmark, along with Leon Madsen, Dominic Kubera and Kasper Vorina at the start of August. Lebedevs on 1 point so far, Lindgren on 3, Matthias Nielsen completing the lineup here. Now he has yet to score. Fabulous season he has had for Västervik this year, the Dane. Certainly a candidate for their Rider of the Year. Let's see what he can do here from the outside. Is it going to be a sixth win from 6 for Gate 1 for Timo Lahti? Can Freddie Lindgren stop him? Looking for another World Championship medal this year, the Swede. Undoubtedly Sweden's #1, won the Swedish title for the 5th time this year. Was outscored in the qualifiers by Kim Nilsson, but went on to defeat Kim in the final, the Eskilstuna Smedene skipper. How's he getting on tonight, Kim Nilsson? He scored 2 points so far. Revs are up then, ready for heat number 6, 17-13 the score. And away they go, and again it's Gate 1 who scores the best end of the first turn. Lahti gets the whole shot, and look at Lebedevs getting the cut back on his Grand Prix rival, Freddie Lindgren. Lindgren back around the outside. Now he's going for Lahti into turn 3. Around the outside comes fast Freddie, and he's going to take the lead. Is he into turn 2? Lahti fights back on the inside. Lindgren leads. Freddie Lindgren into the lead. I think the run of winners from Gate 1 is finally going to be broken by Freddie Lindgren. A great move round the outside there on the first lap. And the best passing move we've seen tonight so far. Now, what can his teammate Matthias Nielsen do? Can he catch Andrei Lebedevs, the Grand Prix man, for 3rd place? Lebedevs, a former European champion. He's currently challenging Patrick Dudek for the lead in that series as well. But here comes Matthias Nielsen. Lahti holds that 2nd place. Lindgren's leading by the length of a straight. He's heading for 2 wins out of 2. Out of turn 4. Clear win for Freddie Lindgren. It's a 3-all though, with Matthias Nielsen stuck at the back. Timo Lahti takes 2nd. Lebedevs is 3rd. And at last, the run of wins from Gate 1 is broken by Freddie Lindgren, starting from Gate 2. Share of the points leaves the margin still at 4. 20-16 the score. Freddie Lindgren takes 2 out of 2. Are we going to see a full house for Fast Freddie this evening? It's Timo Lahti who made the start. That's become de rigueur from Gate 1 this evening. Andrei Lebedevs briefly there in 2nd, but Lindgren showed he had the speed down the back straight, round the outside of both the Dackarna men, and into the lead as they started the 2nd lap. Matthias Nielsen couldn't quite do the same thing, so Lindgren moves on to 6 out of 6. Lahti is on 5. Lebedevs 2+1. Matthias Nielsen yet to get off the mark. It's Västervik 20, Dackarna 16. Heat number 7 will see the Polish pairing for Dackarna of Maciej Szczepaniak and Gregor Zengota. Zengota on 3 points, but he's got the advantage of Gate 1 this time. Szczepaniak off Gate 3 is on 1+1 from his opening ride. They take on Robert Lambert and Mads Hansen. Now, they took a 5-1 first time out. Hansen's unbeaten by an opponent, took a paid win in Heat 5. He's on 5+1. Lambert on 2+1. But a strong showing for Torun in the Polish league at the weekend as well. The Extraliga will soon be reaching its climax as well. Will Lublin retain their title there? On paper, this looks like Lambert will be the favourite, but he's off Gate 2. It's Zengota from Gate 1. Works as a commentator for Polish television now as well. Started commentating during his long injury layoff after breaking his leg. And now an expert analyst for Polish TV on Speedway. He partners Maciej Szczepaniak. Started Speedway alongside his brother Michal. There's Mads Hansen from the outside. Fine season he has had for Västervik this season. He's not done a full season, only 9 matches so far, just inside the top 30 of the averages. Just outside the top 30 of the averages, I should say. Been with Västervik since 2020. That's for Czestochowa in Poland. 8th in the Danish Championship at Brovst in the north of the country. See how he gets on here from Gate 4. Will Gate 1 get the whole shot again? Watch for Zengota off the inside in yellow. 2016 the score here at Västervik. Tapes up and they're away. Zengota does get the whole shot now. What's Robert Lambert going to do? Has he been watching Freddie Lindgren? I think Mads Hansen has. He's going for the outside, side by side for second. Hansen's going to go into second from the back there. He could go all the way around the outside. Look at Mads Hansen in blue. Lambert's boxed in behind Gregor Zengota. Hansen's got the line around the outside, and he's done it. One lap, last to first. A stunning move by Mads Hansen. I did not expect that at all. And now Lambert's going to try and move wide, is he, and do the same thing. Is Zengota going to be wise to him here? What can Robert Lambert do? There is grip now there on the outside. Nobody else has found it yet. Freddie Lindgren tried it and was successful with that outside move in turns 3 and 4 in the previous heats. But now Mads Hansen taking full advantage, and now Lambert's onto the outside. Look at Robert Lambert up onto the tail of Gregor Zengota. Szczepaniak's been left behind. Here comes Robert Lambert around the outside on turn 4. Is he going to get there? Just on the line, I think. What a heat for Västervik. Well, Mads Hansen takes the win, but I think Robert Lambert got there on the line for second place. Mads Hansen drops the flag, but it matters not. He's won it. And I think Lambert came through for second as well. 3-5-1s in 7 heats for Västervik. They lead by 8 points. Well, that was a quite stunning ride by Mads Hansen. He went for broke around the outside, and in one lap went from last to first. Maybe gate 4's now the place to be, who knows? Zengota got the whole shot. Did Lambert get second place? So just to wait for official confirmation of that. I think he did. He was watching his teammate for a couple of laps there, thinking, is that line going to work for me as well? And it certainly did. Just to wait confirmation of that second place. I think Lambert got it on the line. They celebrated with the flags a 5-1. Lambert up the outside. Yes, he got there on the line. So that's a win for Mads Hansen. He's unbeaten on 8+1 so far. Lambert's unbeaten on 2 paid wins, 4+2 for him. And Gregor Zengota in third is on 4 points. Maciej Szczepaniak remains on 1+1. 7 heats gone. It is Västervik 25, Dackarna 17. Elsewhere, Eskilstuna Smedna lead Indiana by 21 points to 15. And Leonen 24, Rospigana 12. So at the moment it does look like Rospigana will be bowing out at the quarter-final stage. Could Dackarna be in danger of doing so as well? 7 heats gone at 25-17 the score. Just 2 rounds remain in the Swedish Bauhaus-Ligan for 2025. The top 6 who will qualify for the playoffs are known. Their finishing order is certainly not. And 2 of the main players in the 2025 season meet here this evening as Dackarna take on Västervik. It is round 13 of Bauhaus-Ligan 2025. Good evening and welcome. Going to go to Nazar Parnitsky. Well, for the second home match in a row, it's a 20-point defeat. Heading on to track for heats number 8 here in Västervik. Now, we said that Andrei Lebedevs was not eligible to take a rider replacement ride, But we see him in white in place of Fredrik Jakobsen here in Heat 8. That's because he's been brought in as a tactical substitute instead. With Dackarna 8 points down, Rikard Kling brings in Lebedevs as a tact sub. And he will partner Pavel Shedpelski for Heats number 8. They take on Freddie Lindgren in red, and Mattias Nielsen is in blue. Nielsen off the inside. He's yet to score, but he's got the advantage of gate 1. This time, the man in blue. Gate 2 in yellow, Shedpelski is on 4. Freddie Lindgren's unbeaten, going for a hat-trick, but nobody's won from gate 3 yet. And off the outside in white, it is Andrei Lebedevs. He's only on 2 and a bonus so far. That was overtaken by Freddie Lindgren in his previous ride around the outside. And can gate 4 work to an advantage for him? Is the substitution going to work here? It's 25-17. Incidentally, Eskilstuna Smedna lead Indiana by exactly the same score, 25-17. And they also beat Indiana 46-44 last week. So the way it's going to work at the moment, Smedna and Indiana's 2 ties are going to finish with exactly the same race points. There might be a tie-break involved here. I think it goes to, if there's a tie-break for the lucky loser, it goes to the side which finished higher in the regular league table, in which case it was Dackarna. But there's still a few heats to go yet. Here in Västervik, we're ready for heat number 8. Tapes up and away they go. Nielsen gets away well, so does the rider in yellow. Lindgren moves out to block the attack of Andrei Lebedevs. Pavel Shedpelski's relegated to the back, and away go Västervik down the back straight. Nielsen using the advantage of gate 1. Lindgren's got the lead. He'll be the first rider to win from gate 3 if he stays out in front. And the tact sub is effectively going to be wasted here because Andrei Lebedevs is on the wrong end of a 5-1. This will be the 4th 5-1 in 8 heats for Västervik. And Dackarna could be in real trouble. They are short-handed. They've got a lot of riders absent tonight. This could, if this form continues for Västervik, this could send Dackarna tumbling out at the quarter-final stage. Last year's beaten finalists. Awesome lift there for Mattias Nielsen off turn 4. This could be Lebedev's opportunity to get through. Freddie Lindgren so quick tonight. He's heading for 3 out of 3. Is Mattias Nielsen going to hang on here for his first points of the evening? He takes the paid win. 2 5-1s in a row for Västervik, and they're 4th in all. And that cancels out the tact sub from Andrei Lebedevs for Dackarna. 3 5-1s in 4 heats for the home side. They are really stamping their authority on this playoff quarter-final now. Andrei Lebedev's 3 third places for the Grand Prix man. Contrast that with his World Championship rival. Freddie Lindgren is unbeaten. So that's 3 riders for the home side. Västervik are unbeaten by an opponent so far, and another one, Tom Brennan, has only dropped 1 point. Fantastic stuff from the hosts tonight. Nielsen using the advantage of gate 1. Lindgren is just flying. 9 out of 9 for Freddie Lindgren so far. Nielsen opens his account with 2+1. Lebedevs is on 3+1. And Pavel Shedpelski, well, he was never in the hunt in that one. He remains on 4. Västervik 30, Dackarna 18, the score after 8 heats. It's looking like Leonen will be the top qualifiers, though. They lead Rospiggen at 27-15, and they got the bigger win last week, 49-41 over the men from Halstavik. So Leonen looking fairly safe to qualify for the semi-finals. It looks as though Rospiggen will be likely to bow out. That's a great shame. They pulled off some surprise results this season. Ryan Douglas has been their star man, the Australian. But we're only at the halfway point of tonight's second leg. Heat number 9 is coming next. Andrei Lebedevs has 2 rides in succession, so the referee, Krista Gardell, likely to give him some extra time. He'll partner Timo Lahti, and they will take on Jakob Torshäll and Anton Carlsen. Now, Anton Carlsen has yet to score. We know he's been nursing that broken collarbone from earlier this season. He had to miss a couple of matches while he had some further surgery to it. But he was brought back in to replace Noel Wahlqvist, who'd struggled in his last 2 matches. Carlsen had impressed earlier this season. Good solid reserve for Västervik this season. His personal best was a 6+2 at Leonen, as Västervik lost by just a couple at the reigning champions. So it certainly looks as though the top 3 in the league table, Eskilstuna Smedna, Västervik and Leonen, are going to qualify for the semi-finals. But who will join them? Certainly looks as though it will be either Dackarna or Kumla Indianana at the moment. Let's see how Indianana are getting on at Eskilstuna-Smedina. It's 28-20 there. So they're faring a little better at the same stage than Dackarna are. So could Dackarna drop out at the quarter-final stage? If it comes down to race points difference, they could well at the moment. A little bit extra time being allowed by the referee here because Andrei Lebedevs has 2 rides in succession. We'll shortly be back underway. As we said earlier, Leonen got the biggest win last week and they have an extra point advantage. They've also just got another 5-1 over Rospigana. It's 32-16 there. And to no great surprise, Bartosz Zmarzlik is on a maximum. Kasper Henriksen is unbeaten by an opponent for the Lions so far as well, as is Dominik Kubera, the newly qualified Grand Prix man for next year. So it's looking good for the Lions. It's looking good for Västervik as well. It's looking good for Eskilstuna-Smedina. And at the moment, I think the 4th side to go through will be Indianana. But things can change. Will they change in Heat 9? Who's got gate 1 this time? It's Jakob Torshäll in blue. Second first time out, beaten by Timo Lahti. He's on 2 points. Lahti starts alongside him. He's on 5. Talking to him during the last grading break, Lahti said he hadn't got the setup right in Heat 1, finished at the back, but he's changed a few things since then, and is now on 5 points from 3 rides. Gate 3 in red will be Anton Carlsen. Now this is a time for him to come good. Off the outside, Andrei Lebedevs is on 3+1. 3 third places so far. The visitors desperately need the Latvian star to improve. Man who's done so much to put speedway on the map in Latvia. Like Evgeny Kostigov and Daniil Kolodinsky is now following him up the ranks. We've seen several other Latvians find success over the years. Francis Gusts, of course, riding in the UK now for Oxford. Many more youngsters coming through as well. Could they rival the Poles someday? Who knows? So pulling up to tapes then for heat number 9. Torshäll off the inside, looking for his first win. Lahti gate 2 in yellow, looking for his second. Carlsen looking for his first points off gate 3 in red. And Lebedevs gate 4 in white, just desperate to improve for Dackarna. 30-18 the score. Away they go. Lebedevs hasn't made the start. He's at the back end of the first turn, and it is Jakob Torshäll. Gate 1 scores again. Lebedevs now up the inside of Carlsen down the back straight. Carlsen's fighting back on that wide line. There's a bit of clash between the two of them there, and down goes Carlsen into the fence. Now, how's the referee going to view that one? There was contact there into turn 3. The race is halted by referee Krista Gardell, and he's got a decision to make here. There was definitely contact between Andrei Lebedevs and Anton Carlsen there going into turn 3. Let's hope Anton's okay. I hope he hasn't re-injured that collarbone. He's up and appears to be okay. And we'll await the referee's decision on that one. Crowd approve of their reserve Anton Carlsen up and okay after that spill. The 25-year-old who was born in Västervik. Let's have a look again. Lebedevs missed out from gate 4. Torshäll was leading the way as they went into the back straight ahead of Lahti. But for third place, Carlsen up on the outside. There's the contact. I wonder if that was Carlsen trying to move in and stop Lebedevs. I think Lebedevs was already just in front there as they went into turn 3. So I reckon the rider in red could be disqualified here. Which would be a great shame for Anton Carlsen. His bike's okay, being ridden back to the pits by his mechanic. Just to wait and see what the decision is. Haven't yet seen the exclusion lights. Interesting to see what Krista Gardell does decide here. Anton Carlsen is okay, that's the main thing. I'm going to walk away just talking to I think that's Tom Brennan down there with him. Jakob Torshäll back in the pits awaiting the rerun. He was leading at the time of the stoppage, looking for his first win of the night. Looking at the scores from elsewhere as we go, it's now 32-22 at Eskilstuna. Schmieden lead by 10 points. Leonen 32, Rospiggen 16. But we know that the Lions have got that extra advantage. They won by 3 more points last week in the first leg. I say first leg, but it's not a knockout format this year with the mini league being used. It certainly looks as though the top 3 from the table are going to go through to the semi-finals though, but who is going to join them? At present, it looks like it is going to be Indiana if current form continues. Side led by Patrick Dudek, but Dudek has only picked up 3 points so far tonight. That's something of a surprise. Luke Becker back in action for the side from Kumla as well, the American. Broke his back in Poland in June and has only just made what we thought was going to be a tentative comeback, but he's been blitzing everybody. He's on 5 points at the moment. Two-minute warning sounds for the rerun of heat number 10. Where's Jakob Torshäll? Is he going to be the lone Västervik rider in this one? There's Timo Lahti in yellow, just caught a glimpse of. Haven't had any official confirmation of a decision reach me as yet. And Lebedevs is back on track, so Anton Carlsen is judged to be the cause of the stoppage. He's disqualified from this rerun. So this could be Västervik's chance to battle back. They've only had 2 heat advantages so far tonight, a pair of 4-2s in heats 2 and 4. Torshäll was leading at the time of the stoppage, though. He's got the advantage of gate 1. Can he keep the 12-point lead for Västervik here if he can take the win? They can close the gap to 8 here if the men from Molilla take a 5-1. They've got a great chance here if they can outgate Jakob Torshäll. Taking their time here ahead of the rerun of Heat 9. It's Torshäll on 2 points, Lahti on 5, Lebedevs on 3+1. 30-18 the score, the revs rise, the rerun of Heat 9 gets underway. Torshäll makes a peach of a gate from the inside in blue. He's got the lead once again into that first turn. Trying to get around the outside is Lebedevs to go after him, trying to pass his skipper, Timo Lahti. Lebedevs has got the speed. Torshäll runs a little bit wide there coming out of turn 4. This is the Latvian's opportunity. He's up the inside into turn 1, takes the lead. Jakob Torshäll will get the cutback coming off turn 2, but Lebedevs will try and cover it off into 3 and 4. Torshäll back up the inside. They're absolutely together through turns 3 and 4. Torshäll back up the inside now into turn 1. Can he retake the lead? Rande Lebedevs, yes he does. Cuts across the front of the Latvian. Now can he close the door on him into turn 3? This is a great ride from both of them. Lebedevs up the inside, carves across to the outside through turn 4. The race of the night so far. Torshäll now back up the inside. This is tremendous stuff. Torshäll now has the lead. Lebedevs back up the inside. They're passing each other for fun, these two. Torshäll tries to move to block into turn 3. Oh, this is going to be close for the win. Has Torshäll done enough out of turn 4? Yes, he has. What a cracking race there between Jakob Torshäll and Andrei Lebedevs. And Timo Lahti slows up and comes in third. That was magnificent. Good to see a handshake between the two riders at the end of the race. I lost count how many times they overtook each other. That's one of the races of the season in the Bauhaus-Ligan. Torshäll takes the win and keeps the 12-point lead for Västervik. It's form like that they need to inspire them to go on and try and win this league title. Andrei Lebedevs didn't get the start he wanted, but up the inside as they came into turn 1 to take the lead. They must have passed each other about half a dozen times from there on in. That was fantastic stuff. Jakub Torshäll moves on to 5 points. Andrei Lebedev's, that's his best finish of the evening. He's on 5+1 from 4 rides now. And Timo Lahti on 6+1. Anton Carlsen still yet to score. He was disqualified. 9 heats gone. It's Västervik 33, Dackarna 21. Pause for breath needed after that one. One of the best races we've seen in a long time here in the Bauhaus-Ligan. Heat number 10 is coming next. Robert Lambert and Tom Brennan, the two Brits out together in this one. Lambert's unbeaten by an opponent. Brennan has only dropped 1 point to Pavel Szedpelski in Heat 2. They will take on Thomas Jonasson in white. He's on 1 point. We're still waiting confirmation on who is in yellow. It is Gregor Zengota. I thought it may be one of the two Poles who comes out in the yellow helmet. Zengota's on 4 points. He completes the lineup, replacing the injured Fredrik Jakobsen. So the chance went begging for Dackarna to close the gap there in Heat 9. They'll have another chance here. But up against two Brits who have dropped just 1 point between them so far to an opponent. Zengota only on 4. Thomas Jonasson is only on 1. He's off the inside in white. Beat Anton Carlsen in the reserve seat. Can Västervik pull away further? Eskilstuna-Smeden are still 10 points up against Indiana. And Leonen and Rospigana is now the same score. Rospigana have had a mini fight back over the last 2 heats. We're going to have to do some mathematics to find out who goes through to the semi-finals, I think. We'll wait for official confirmation at the end of the night, possibly. Västervik lead by 33 points to 21. This is heat number 10, the two Brits up against Jonasson and Zengota. Away they go. Nearly a jump start for Robert Lambert there off the outside. His teammate Tom Brennan leads into the first turn. Lambert around the outside in red, and the Brits go 1 and 2 for Västervik. Away goes Robert Lambert on that now favoured outside line. Oh, out of shape there. Jonasson nearly clattered his teammate Gregor Zengota. Oh, Dackarna nearly took each other out there. It's all going wrong for Dackarna. Down the back straight, look at the lead that Robert Lambert has here, looking for his first outright win. He's had 2 paid wins so far. Second place in blue is Tom Brennan. Well, Dackarna, could they be heading out at the quarter-final stage? I wouldn't have believed that if you'd said it at the start of the season. They were second, beaten only by Leonen in the playoffs last season. Jonasson on the outside line, Zengota on the inside. Well, you have to feel for Dackarna. They are missing so many riders through injury and non-appearances. No Jakobsen, no Rasmus Jensen, their regular skipper. No Parnitsky either, as Robert Lambert comes in ahead of Tom Brennan. It's another 5-1 for Västervik. They're 5th in all this evening. Tom Brennan from reserve has only dropped 1 point. And Västervik surely are heading through to the semi-finals. Well, Robert Lambert on 7+2 is unbeaten by an opponent. Tom Brennan is on 7+1. It was Brennan who made the start. Lambert nearly jumped the start, but I think he pulled his clutch back in and slowed himself. Didn't matter, because by the end of the first lap he was in the lead anyway. And Dackarna left nearly falling over each other at the back. It was Jonasson who just took 3rd place, I think, ahead of Gregor Zengota. So Zengota remains on 4 points, Jonasson is on 2, and it's Västervik 38, Dackarna 22. Dackarna making it look easy at the moment. Eskilstuna-Smeden are still 10 points up against Indiana. Leonen lead Rospigana by 10 points. And it does look as though Dackarna are going to be heading out at this stage. 10 heats gone, 38-22 the score. Riders into line then. Referee Stefan Skill with his finger on the button. It's time to go racing here at Malilla, and we are underway. A decent start by Timo Lahti from the inside gates in blue. Robert Lambert gets out with him. He sends Fredrik Jakobsen out wide. It's Lahti who shows into the back straight for the first time. Robert Lambert going for the outside into turns 3 and 4. It's side by side for 3rd. Here comes Tom Brennan on the inside. Jakobsen, surprisingly, is going to be relegated to the back. So the lead is with Timo Lahti for how much longer, because here comes the Grand Prix star. Robert Lambert having a look on the inside. Lahti closes the door through turns 3 and 4, but his partner Jakobsen is at the battle. It'll be a share of the points, 3 apiece as it stands at the moment. Robert Lambert has another go around the outside. He's currently down in 8th place in the World Championship, finished 7th at Riga in Latvia at the weekend. He's having a good go here at Timo Lahti as they go into the final lap. He's getting closer and closer. Brennan up there in 3rd place. Jakobsen looks like he's going to finish at the back. Can Timo Lahti hang on around the final turn? Lambert has one last effort to the inside off turn 4. He's not going to do it. Timo Lahti takes the victory. 2nd for Robert Lambert in white. 3rd in yellow goes to Tom Brennan and Fredrik Jakobsen at the back. Share of the points then from heats at number 1, 3 apiece. The first win of the day goes to Timo Lahti in blue. Have we had a change there in red? Just awaiting confirmation. Revs are up. I think that might be number 4 on the outside. Nazar Parnitsky will confirm as they leave the tapes. Yes, indeed it is. Nazar Parnitsky coming in, so at last the tactical move being played. Let's see if it works. Well, Parnitsky's at the back at the moment. He's trying to get the inside of Robert Lambert out of turn 2. Timo Lahti it is who has the lead ahead of Matthias Nielsen. Now, can Lahti delay Nielsen there to try and get Parnitsky through on the inside? Side by side for 2nd place. Nielsen holds them off. Parnitsky, the first substitution being played. Have they left it too late? Well, he's gone to the back because Robert Lambert comes through on the inside at turn 4. Here comes Lahti side by side with Nielsen. Nielsen's got the lead around the outside. Well, it all happened there. Everything changed through turn 4. Nielsen went to the front. Lambert came through to 3rd. Here comes the rider in blue back on the inside. He's leaving the gap, though, for Lambert on the inside. Oh, it's all going wrong for Dackarna. They were going so well in the early stages, but now Västervik have come through onto a 5-1. The race of the night so far, but not for the home fans. Here come Västervik out of turn 4, and it's another 5-1 for the visitors. Nielsen takes the win. Lambert in 2nd. What went wrong there? So Timo Lahti in 3rd place. Parnitsky, the substitute. He was going so well in the early stages, and then he went backwards. Let's see what Laberdevs can do. Clever ride from him last time out in heat number 11. We're underway. It's a good start by Jakob Torshäll in yellow. Here comes Lindgren round the outside of everybody. That outside line working so well tonight. Lindgren's away and gone. It's Laberdevs round the outside into 2nd place, relegating Torshäll to 3rd place. Let's see if Fredrik Jakobsen can come through. He's still not 100% fit after that bad crash at Bydgoszcz. Trying to chase down the rider in yellow, Jakob Torshäll. Dackarna really are missing Rasmus Jensen at the moment, it has to be said. Freddie Lindgren is heading for double figures. He's away into the sunset. Looking like a 4-2 to the visitors from Västervik in this Kalmar County derby. Andrei Laberdevs in 2nd place. Jakobsen has a look to the inside. Getting closer to Jakob Torshäll with all the grips on the wider line. You can see Torshäll pulls away there down the back straights. Lindgren's miles ahead. He's going to take the win and move on into double figures. 2nd place is going to go to the man in blue, Andrei Laberdevs, and Torshäll is 3rd. Just 2 points tonight for Fredrik Jakobsen. I don't think we'll see him in the nominated races. Ready then for heats at number 14. Revs are up and away they go. And from the inside, it's the rider in white, Jakob Torshäll, who takes the lead. Good start by Yvonne van Dijk, who's been making some decent getaways this evening, but he's outpaced either side down the back straight. Look at that, Voidilo on the inside and Szedpelski around the outside. Away go Västervik once again. Van Dijk runs into the back of his teammate there. I thought they were both going to come down. Szedpelski looks at him to say, what was that all about? Dackarna are all over the place. Now across the turn goes Szedpelski. He's barely looked in control this evening, except for that win in heat number 6, it has to be said. Dackarna have been well and truly all at sea this evening. That run of 3 alls earlier on, interrupted by those couple of 5-1s, but they pretty much fallen apart since then, except for heat 11 when they took a 5-1. Jakob Torshäll is away and gone. He's heading for double figures. And Patrick Voidilo from the reserve berth backing him up. Across the line they come for the 5-1. Szedpelski in 3rd place. And at the back was Yvonne van Dijk. A brave nomination, it didn't pay off. Final heat of the night then gets underway. Decent start off the inside by Timo Lahti in red, leads the way, and Parnitsky gets the cut back. Parnitsky's heading for the front, down the back straight. Lindgren in third place. Robert Lambert missed out on the first turn, he's at the back. Here comes Freddie Lindgren, goes inside to outside, he's past Timo Lahti up into second, now going after Parnitsky out in front. The Ukrainian sensation leads the way. Now can Robert Lambert get into the points here and try and get round the outside of Timo Lahti, who again started well but has gone backwards. It's been a bit of a theme of the second half of this meeting. It's very dusty out there now. Here comes Lambert up the outside. He's surely going to take third place. Round the outside of Lahti, up into third. It's Nazar Parnitsky out in front into the last lap of the evening. Can Freddie Lindgren catch him? Now, if he does, if Parnitsky is removed from the lead here, then it will be an even bigger win than Rospigana managed here. I don't think they're going to do it, though. The win is going to go to Nazar Parnitsky. Well, for the second home match in a row, it's a 20-point defeat for Dackarna. Ten heats gone, 5 to go here at the Helia Arena. Västervik all set to book their place in the Bauhaus-Ligan semi-finals this year. But Dackarna, largely due to their short-handed team tonight, look like they are heading out. It is Västervik 38, Dackarna 22 at the interval stage. Eskilstuna Smedene currently lead Kumla Indianarna by 37 points to 29. One of the league favourites this year, so Smedene are going to be heading through, and it looks as though Indianarna are going to be the lucky losers. They're only 8 points behind at the moment. Leonen lead Rospigana by 35 points to 25, but of course Leonen had the bigger win in the first round of matches in the quarterfinals last week, so Leonen are going to get through. So are Smedene and Västervik. It looks as though Dackarna and Rospigana at the moment are heading out at the quarterfinal stage. Getting ready for heats number 11 then. Timo Lahti and Matthias Szczepaniak scheduled to be in heat number 11 for the visitors. They will take on Mattias Nilsson and Jakob Torshäll in heat number 11 under the floodlights. A few threatening clouds in the sky. We did have a bit of rain this afternoon here in the east of Sweden. There is Matthias Szczepaniak, only one and a bonus for him so far. Only his second appearance for Dackarna this season. Star of the night so far, undoubtedly, Mads Hansen, back after suffering back injuries in the end of June in Poland. His first appearance since round 6 of the Bauhaus-Ligan tonight. Mattias Nilsson has improved with that paid win in heat number 8, defeating Andrei Lebedevs in heat number 8. Timo Lahti completes the lineup. He's on 6+1. It's Szczepaniak off the inside in white. Nilsson gate 2 in blue. Lahti gate 3 in yellow. It's Jakob Torshäll off the outside in the red helmet. A heat advantage here for Västervik would seal them the win with 4 heats to spare. There's only been 2 heat advantages to the visitors. 4 twos in the second and fourth races. Well, you have to feel for them. Rasmus Jensen out and Fredrik Jakobsen out, both injured. Nazar Parnitsky racing in the Polish under-24 Extraliga, as is Jakub Krabsik, one of their backup riders this season. With Andrei Lebedev's off form as well, he's only got 5 and 1 from 4 rides. Pavel Szedpelski was looking to add extra strength, having moved down to reserve, but he's only picked up 4. And Västervik just too strong for Dackarna tonight. They are about to confirm their qualification for the semi-finals, I think, in this heat. If they get a 5-1 or 4-2 here, they will qualify through. Tapes up and away we go with heat number 11. A decent start off the inside by Szczepaniak. Gate 1 still working fairly strongly. Jakob Torshäll has a look up the inside. That amazing ride last time out against Lebedevs in heat number 9. But Timo Lahti in yellow is at the back, the Dackarna skipper. Share of the points here will almost put the lid on it for Västervik, but up the inside comes Lahti now coming out of turn 2. Szczepaniak making good use of gate 1. He's going to turn his night around if he can win this. But a 3-all would need Dackarna needing 4 5-1s for a draw in our final 4 heats. Jakob Torshäll is now going to go for it around the outside. He's going to try and do what he did to Lebedevs earlier on. It was inside passing in heat 9. It's going to be an outside pass this time, though. Here comes Jakob Torshäll. He's done it. No stopping Jakob Torshäll. He's only dropped 1 point to Timo Lahti in heat 4. Lahti's at the back this time, and this is going to seal victory for the Västervik side. They're going through to the semi-finals, and surely Dackarna are heading out. The win goes to the rider in red, Jakob Torshäll. Sepaniak improves his night with second. Mattias Nilsson was third ahead of Timo Lahti. But the men of the nights for Västervik are surely Mads Hansen and Jakob Torshäll. Freddie Lindgren's unbeaten, and we've hardly mentioned him so far. He's been so far out in front of everybody else. You see Torshäll getting the cut back there, outside to inside on the first turn to chase Sepaniak. And that seals it in favour of Västervik with 4 races to go. Yeah, Jakob Torshäll, the former Swedish champion, was not going to be stopped there. He moved back to the outside into turns 3 and 4 to get around Mattias Sepaniak. He moves on to 8 points from 3 rides. Mattias Sepaniak is on 3+1. Nilsson on 3+1 as well, while Timo Lahti remains on 6+1. It's Västervik 42, Dackarna 24. Västervik are through to the playoff semi-finals. As things stand at the moment, Dackarna will be heading out. Heat number 12 will see the 2 unbeaten men of Lindgren and Hansen for Västervik. They will take on Andre Lebedevs and Gregor Zengotta. That could well be the lineup for Heat 15 tonight as well. Of course, the team managers, Morgan Andersson and Rickard Kling, will decide the lineup for the last 2 races, the nominated heats. It'll be Lebedevs off the inside in white. He's on 5+1. No race wins for him so far tonight. Only Lahti and Shedpelski have taken race wins for the visitors. Gate 2 in the blue helmet, Mads Hansen. Thought he'd feel his way back in from those back injuries earlier this season, but like Luke Becker, he is back with a vengeance. Said during our last grading break to us that he was determined to prove his fitness to Morgan Andersson, the team manager, tonight, and he's done more than that. He could be on for a paid maximum. Gate 3 in yellow, it's Gregor Zengotta. He's on 4 points so far, finished at the back in Heat 10. And Freddie Lindgren, unbeaten so far from the outside, is going for 4 wins out of 4. Well, Västervik will try and run up the score now. But unless they fight back on race points, Dackarna, they're going out at the quarter-final stage. Eskilstuna Smedna 41, Kumla Indiana 31 is a latest score. That's after 12 heats. So it looks like Smedna have booked their place. And Leonen 38, Ruspiggen 28. It will come down to race points difference, I think, among the losing sides as to who goes through to the semi-finals. Tapes, meanwhile, go up here on heat number 12, and another great start from gate 1. This time it's Lebedevs, but Mads Hansen gets the cut back. Lebedevs will go back underneath him, and this time Lebedevs blasts clear. Lindgren has been relegated to the back by Gregor Zengotta, but he won't stay there long. Back up the inside comes Fast Freddy. We've seen some great racing in the second half of this meeting. Back round the outside now is Zengotta on turn 2. No, you don't, says Lindgren. Up into third. Now, these two, are they going to play it safe for the minor placings here, or do they want to keep their maximums? Are they going to challenge Andre Lebedevs? Whoa, Mads Hansen nearly into the back of Lebedevs there. He nearly lost it altogether. I don't think they'll challenge Lebedevs now. It is going to be a first win, I think, for the Latvian. Side by side for second. Damage limitation here for Västervik. They're just going to make it safe. And now Lebedevs nearly shoots out wide on turns 1 and 2. There's something wrong with the track there in the middle of that first bend, I think. Lebedevs is going to hang on to it to take the win in white. Hansen second and Lindgren is third. There must be a grippy patch there that's firing the riders straight on through turns 1 and 2, because Hansen and Lebedevs both found it there, but they survived to finish first and second. Hansen and Lindgren drop their first points to an opponent, and Andre Lebedevs at last gets his first race win of the evening. Gregor Zengotta at the back, so it's a 3-all from heats number 12. So the win is already sewn up for Västervik. It's Lebedevs who charged underneath Mads Hansen going into the back straights. And then Lindgren, a good battle with Zengotta in the early stages. Then into turns 1 and 2, you saw there Hansen get out of shape. I thought he was going to fly across and go into the back of Lebedevs, very nearly there. And then Lebedevs did the same thing on the final lap and went out wide. There must be an uneven patch there through the apex of turns 1 and 2. So that moves Lebedevs onto 8+1. Second place for Hansen, he's on 10+1. Lindgren on 10+1 as well. And at the back, Gregor Zengotta remains on 4. It's Västervik 45, Dackarna 27. It's waiting to confirm who's going to be in white for heat number 13 in place of Fredrik Jakobsen, in yellow, I should say, sorry. I think it might be Pavel Shedpelski coming in yellow here. That is confirmed. He will partner Matthias Stepaniak. See how the two Poles get on together. Taking on Robert Lambert and Jakob Torshäll. With the form Torshäll's in. And Lambert as well. He's unbeaten by an opponent. I wouldn't bet against another Västervik 5-1 here. Can they make it to 50 points? Sorry, they could still hit 60 with 3 5-1s. Elsewhere, Eskilstuna Sweden 46, Indiana 32. And Leonen 41, Ruspiggen 31. So yes, it does look like it's going to be the men from Kumla who head through into the semi-finals as things stand at the moment. Lambert off the inside in red is on 7+2. Shedpelski, gate 2 in yellow, is on 4. Gate 3 is Jakob Torshäll in blue, he's on 8. Matthias Stepaniak is on 3+1. Well, we say about the team managers deciding the lineup for heats 14 and 15, and poor Rickard Kling for Dackarna, he hasn't got a lot to choose from. Can Stepaniak take a second win here? He won heat number 2, beating Tom Brennan. Can he defeat another British rider? Robert Lambert, the British champion, off the inside in red. This is heat number 13. They're underway. Lambert jets away. Torshäll tries to get out with him. Shedpelski rather is there on the inside. Briefly shows his wheel in front. Lambert leads down the back straight. Here comes Torshäll around the outside. Stepaniak is at the back. Round the outside comes Torshäll. He's riding out of his skin tonight, Jakob Torshäll. And once again, Västervik find themselves in a 5-1 position. Torshäll's gone round everybody into the lead. It's Lambert in second place. Pavel Shedpelski in third. And Matthias Stepaniak not exactly at the race this night. That one bright spot where he briefly led Jakob Torshäll last time out in heat 11. Only 3 race wins for Dackarna this evening. A very understrength Dackarna side. And their hope of reaching another playoff final looks like it's going to end here this evening. Here come Västervik in for another 5-1. Torshäll ahead of Lambert. Shedpelski is third. And Torshäll has just dropped just 1 point this evening. Lambert is unbeaten by an opponent. Another 5-1 in the book. That's 6 altogether for this evening. 50-28 the score. Well, that moves Jakob Torshäll on to 11 points for this evening so far. Robert Lambert is on 9 and 3 from his programme rides. He'll be gunning for a maximum in the nominated races, unless he's not nominated, of course, because Morgan Anderson's a bit spoilt for choice this evening. Torshäll, the star again, round the outside of everybody to take the lead. Third place there for Shedpelski, he's on 5 points. Stepaniak is on 3+1. It's Västervik 50, Dackarna 28 with 2 races to go. Dackarna will see their Bauhaus-Ligan campaign end here in Västervik this evening. We said, though, you have to feel for them, being so short of riders for various reasons. And it will be Västervik heading through, sailing through. Of course, their symbol is a sailing ship, being a coastal town, and they have sailed through to the semi-finals. It's likely they will face Eskilstuna Sweden, I think. Leonen looking to get the biggest winning margin on race points difference, and they will face Indiana provisionally in the semi-finals. 13 heats gone then here in Västervik. Just the nominated riders to come. It is Västervik 50, Dackarna 28. Just 2 rounds remain in the Swedish Bauhaus-Ligan for 2025. The top 6 who will qualify for the playoffs are known. Their finishing order is certainly not. And 2 of the main players in the 2025 season meet here this evening as Dackarna take on Västervik. It is round 13 of Bauhaus-Ligan 2025. Good evening and welcome. go to Nazar Parnitsky. Well, for the second home match in a row, it's a 20-point defeat. Ready for our final two heats of the evening then here in Västervik. Västervik sailing their way into the playoff semi-finals, while Dackarna, it's fair to say, are sunk. Västervik 50, Dackarna 28, and the finalists from 2024 will bow out at the quarter-final stage under the new system this year. Looking at the scores from elsewhere, it's Eskilstuna Sweden a 49, Kumla Indianen a 35, and Leonen 45, Rospiggen 33. But of course, Leonen got the bigger win, as we mentioned last week. It looks like it is going to be Indianen who will head through. I don't think Rospiggen can quite turn it round now. Dackarna, we know, are gone. For the lineups for heat number 14 and 15 then, for heat 14 in red, it's Robert Lambert, and in blue, Jakob Torshäll. In white, will be Pavel Shedpelski, and in yellow, Andrei Lebedevs. In fact, there's been a change to the lineup in heats 14 and 15. Freddie Lindgren and Robert Lambert have swapped places. So Lindgren's going in heat number 14 in red. And Lambert will now go in blue in heat number 50. So a change to the lineup for heat 14. It was going to be Robert Lambert, but he's been swapped with Lindgren. And Lambert will now go in blue alongside Mads Hansen in red in heat 15. So the lineup for heat 14, in red it's Freddie Lindgren, blue Jakob Torshäll, in white Pavel Shedpelski, and in yellow Andrei Lebedevs. For heat 15, in red it's Mads Hansen, blue Robert Lambert, in white Timo Lahti, and in yellow Gregors Zhengota. The lineups were initially decided down there on the board by the team managers in the pits, but then there was a bit of a debate going on in the Västervik camp, and they've changed their lineups. I'm not certain why that is. But Lindgren and Lambert have swapped places. 2-minute warning sounds then, and we are ready for heat number 14. And well, Jakob Torshäll has had the meeting of his life this evening, beaten only by Timo Lahti in heat 4. Some incredible racing. The highlight, that race with Andrei Lebedevs in heat 9. And they meet again here. Lebedevs is in yellow and Pavel Shedpelski in white. They start to settle in then, ready for our penultimate race of the evening. Two Swedes against a Pole and a Latvian. Västervik on points are now ahead of Leonen, in fact, on race points difference. So Västervik could be the highest scoring qualifiers with their form here tonight, and that might affect the lineup for the semi-finals. It may be Västervik going up against Indianen, and we'll have to wait and see when things are confirmed at the end of tonight. Let's say a bit of mental arithmetic needed. But we are ready for heat number 14. Freddie Lindgren on 10+1 off gate 1 in red. Pavel Shedpelski is on 5. He goes from gate 2 in white. Jakob Torshäll on 11 from gate 3 in blue. And Andrei Lebedevs, gate 4 in yellow. He's on 8+1, the highest scorer so far for Dackarna. With 2 5-1s, Västervik can hit 60 points and go through as the top qualifiers. Everyone thought it was going to be Leonen after their success last week, but it's fair to say Västervik have hammered Dackarna tonight. Ready for heat number 14 then. Revs are up. Can they get another 5-1 here? The two ex-Wolverhampton Swedes for the home side. Lindgren leads, Torshäll up the inside, side by side with Pavel Shedpelski. Lebedev's has been squeezed out again, and Torshäll goes second. Lebedev's trying to come through on the inside. He's going through into second place. Lebedev's cuts across. Battles joined again between these two, Torshäll versus Lebedev's. It's a repeat of it. Oh, goodness me! As Torshäll lifts there, and Lebedev's goes down. I think Lebedev's fell in avoidance there as Torshäll went across him. Now, what's the referee going to decide here? That patch on turn 2, we've already seen it catch out a couple of riders. What's the referee going to decide here? Lebedev's is up and okay, that's the main thing. Jakob Torshäll, good to see, he's just been over to check that Andre is okay. Now, what's the decision going to be? Torshäll had forced his way through into second. That's a great shame because battle was about to be joined between those two again. Look at Lebedev's thrusting up the inside through turn 4. He went second, Torshäll then back up the inside. But here, that patch on the inside of turn 2 catches him out again. But had Lebedev's already started to fall off, it was hard to see there. Had Lebedev's already slid off on the outside. We are watching Torshäll. And I'm not too sure. I think Torshäll may be disqualified here as the cause of the stoppage. We'll wait and see. I can tell you in the meantime, it's finished at Eskilstuna. Smedner have beaten Indiana 52 points to 38. It's finished at Leonen at Gislaved, 51-39. Let's have a look again. Watch Lebedev's. Yeah, I think he fell in reaction to Torshäll lifting. There, Torshäll on the inside lifts, then Lebedev's goes down. I think he was trying to avoid him as he came across. He knew he was going to go across in front of him. So I think Torshäll will be disqualified there. Just doing a little bit of arithmetic while we have this pause. And yes, I think Indiana will just, on race points difference, be the lucky losers who go through on race points difference to the semi-finals. So commiserations to Dackarna and to Rospiggarna. By my calculations, Indiana go through, along with Leonen, Västervik and Eskilstuna Smedner to next week's semi-finals. So Leonen have won 51 points to 39. So Rospiggarna finish with 80 race points. And Indiana 82. Dackarna, the maximum that they can get now, with 2 5-1s would be 38. That's unlikely. So with 2 5-1s, they could square it with Indiana. So they're not completely out of it just yet. With 2 5-1s here, just adding up the race points. The score would be 52-38, and Dackarna would be level on race points with Kumla Indiana. And if it goes to on that, and if they're level on that, it would go to who finishes higher in the table. So if Dackarna can get 2 5-1s here, they could go through on a tie break. They're not out of it yet. I was waiting for the final score to come in from Eskilstuna-Smedna. It's finished 52-38 in their favour there. The only thing we do know for certain is that Rospigana are out. They cannot now get through to the semi-finals on race points difference. So Dackarna would need a 5-1 here. We don't have confirmation of the decision from our referee just yet in front of this crowd of over 4,300 at Västervik on who is out of the rerun. I think it will be Torshäll. Well, there is Freddie Lindgren. We know he's in the rerun. They need to be careful through that second bend. You know, there's a patch of track that's catching the riders out. Rider in white is out there. That is Pavel Shedpelski, and Lebedevs is back out. So yes, Torshäll is disqualified. He'll finish on 11 points. So Dackarna need a 5-1, but they're up against Freddie Lindgren. They need 2 5-1s. If they get 2 5-1s, they'll be level on race points with Indiana. And I think having finished one place higher in the league table, Dackarna would still go through. Wouldn't have believed that a couple of heats ago. At least the fallen riders tonight are all okay. So Dackarna needing a 5-1 then. Here we go with heat number 14. Can they stay in contention on race points? Well, it's Lindgren who makes the start from gate 1 and leads into the first turn. Lebedevs hasn't made it. It's Shedpelski in second place. Lindgren pulls away. If he wins this, it will confirm Dackarna as out of the playoffs. We can't get any less than a 5-1 here if they want to keep their hopes alive on race points. It's Freddie Lindgren who leads. Here comes Shedpelski. Shedpelski's gone across turn 4. He'll lose second place to his teammates Lebedevs. Dackarna, despite being so short-handed, they fought hard. They're not going to catch Freddie Lindgren here. Barring any mechanical breakdown, he is going to condemn Dackarna to an early exit from this year's playoffs. We were so certain they'd gone already, but the loss of 52-38 by Indiana handed them a slight lifeline, but it's going to be taken away from them. Lindgren wins it, and Dackarna are out. Wonderful night for Freddie Lindgren, just that one defeat in Heat 12 to Andrei Lebedevs, who comes in second in his final ride of the evening. Freddie Lindgren sees Västervik into the semi-finals, and the lineup is now known. Subject to official confirmation, it will be Västervik provisionally taking on Indiana and Leonen against Eskilstuna-Smedna, but that is subject to final confirmation. One heat to go here at Västervik this evening. 3-all the results of heat number 14. It's 53-31 with one race to go. I'll give you the individual scorers after heat 15 is completed, of course, but Freddie Lindgren picks up the win. The only question remaining now is, can Robert Lambert complete a paid maximum in heat 15? He'll be up against Timo Lahti and Gregor Zengotta, partnered with Mads Hansen. Freddie Lindgren has done his work for the evening, just that one defeat. 13+1, his final score. 53-31 the score then. Bad luck to Jakob Torshäll after that fall, caught out by a tricky bit of track on turn 2 of heat 14. So heat 15 then, we'll see Timo Lahti off the inside, he's on 6+1. Gate 2 in red, it's Mads Hansen. What an evening for him. 10+1 on his return to Västervik colours. Gate 3 in yellow, it's Gregor Zengotta. He's on 4 points. And off the outside in the blue helmet, Robert Lambert. 9+3 for the British champion. He could be about to complete a paid maximum. Mads Hansen's dropped just 1 point to an opponent. Freddie Lindgren likewise. Tom Brennan likewise as well from reserve. He didn't even make the nominated races. Jakob Torshäll, up until his fall in Heat 14, had dropped just 1 point as well. What a performance from Västervik. Mattias Nilsson chipping in with paid 4. Anton Carlsen failing to score, but he tried his hardest. So the only question remaining, can Robert Lambert complete his maximum then? From the outside gate, heat number 15 gets underway. Not the best of starts by Lambert, it's the visitors who lead the way into the first turn. Timo Lahti hits the front in white, looking for his second win of the evening. Lambert's up the back, Zengotta up there in second place. Now, is Robert Lambert going to play it safe? The rider in red isn't playing it safe. Goodness me, Mads Hansen nearly takes out Gregor Zengotta, who fights back. Have some of that, he says. Going into turn 1, Lambert's going for the inside now. Hansen ran wide. He's dropped back to 4th. Oh, a bit of needle here in this Heat 15 for the minor placings as Timo Lahti holds a narrow lead. Zengotta in second place. But it's going to be just that bit too late for Västervik, for Dackarna, their first 5-1 of the evening here at Västervik. But it's going to come too late to save their qualification hopes. Lahti, Zengotta, Lambert in third place. I don't think he's going to challenge to try and complete a maximum. He's happy to skipper Västervik into the semi-finals. Timo Lahti is heading for victory. Zengotta in second, Lambert is third. So Dackarna get a little bit of pride restored with a 5-1 in Heats 15. Robert Lambert finishes with paid 13 points. Great effort from him tonight. Mads Hansen also in double figures, and Freddie Lindgren. The night ends with a 5-1 to the visitors, a final score of Västervik 54, Dackarna 36. Dackarna's hopes of another league title ended here tonight by Västervik. Can they take their first league title in 20 years? Timo Lahti all the way. All the action was behind him, though. Another action-packed race here at Västervik. It has been a fine night of speedway here. Mads Hansen straight across Gregor Zengotta. I think he just got out of shape. I don't think that was intentional. Zengotta immediately attacking to win the place back into turn 1. Lambert coming through for third, but it's a win for Timo Lahti, his second of the evening. And a final score of 54-36. We'll give you the individual score chart then. For Västervik, Robert Lambert scored 10+3. Mads Hansen 10+1, a fantastic night for him. Freddie Lindgren 13+1. Mattias Nilsson 3+1. Jakob Torshäll 11. Anton Carlsen no score, and Tom Brennan 7+1. For Dackarna, their top scorer was Andrei Lebedevs on 10+1. Timo Lahti 9+1. Matthias Stepaniak 3+1. Gregor Zengotta 6+1. Rider replacement for Fredrik Jakobsen. Thomas Jonasson scored 2, and Pavel Shedpelski 6+1. Well, that ends the action here at Västervik. A fine night of speedway it has been. The quarterfinals are done. We have our 4 qualifiers. And through to the semi-finals go Västervik, Eskilstuna-Smedena, Leonen and Indianarna on this fine evening of speedway here in Sweden. Next week on Tuesday night, same time once again, the semi-finals begin. Fixture to be confirmed that we will cover once the lineup for the semi-finals is officially known. But that's about all from here at Västervik tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Final score, Västervik 54, Dackarna 36.